One thing I take from John Roberts' report, it seems to be a bit of a communications triangle and a split camp, meaning Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump on one side, obviously advocating for Scaramucci, and then on the other side, Bannon and Reince Priebus, which you normally don't always see on the same side of things, but that seemed to be the case here on the Spicer camp. Your take?
Look, I'm just so excited. This idea that there's a listing shift, I mean, this was a fabulous day. Sarah is a champion. Tony just controlled that room. He had them eating out of the palm of his hand. A great day for our comm shop, basically.
Excellent. And Bernie, your take, I mean, we were in the newsroom virtually at the same time earlier when this came down. Were you surprised, shocked, your reaction?
I wasn't really surprised. I knew it would happen eventually, sooner probably rather than later. The briefings in general have turned into just useless spectacles, circuses, essentially, for grandstanding, biased, fake journalists like, I don't know, Jim Acosta to get gotcha questions out there. And I like Sean Spicer, but I think he was just temperamentally unsuited. A guy like Scaramucci, he's a tough guy. His father was a construction worker from Long Island. I mean, he can handle these people. He's very smooth. He's almost like a velvet hammer. And I think he can joust with these people and make it more effective. Instead of becoming a punchline, he can actually get the message out and make them look bad.
And Eric, yes, obviously we've had Anthony Scaramucci on our program. You've worked with him for years. He does have a temperament, to Bernie's point, that it's almost like it's a quiet strength sometimes that might play better with this White House press corps.
Yeah, and we're going to do, in the B block, I'm going to talk about why I think Sean Spicer stepping down was a great thing for the Trump administration across the board. Scaramucci, good friend, longtime friend of mine, also longtime. At one point, I think he was a contributor on Fox Business Network.
Absolutely.
But look, so we played a clip. I guess we wanted to play the clip of one time a year and a half ago, or almost 2 years ago, where he was, I think he was fundraising, if I'm not mistaken, for either Scott Walker or Jeb Bush, one of the two of them. And so but that's the kind of loyalty Anthony Scaramucci has. He's all in with his candidate, and he was then, and he realized at some point Donald Trump was the guy. He was going to be the one to beat Hillary Clinton. He switched the boat, got onto the Trump boat, and he's been there from the very vast majority of the campaign. Let me just point something out. Anthony Scaramucci and Donald Trump are very similar, right? Donald Trump, both business guys, both similar demeanors, both winners. I think this is better fit and match for Donald Trump in the communications department. Remember, you got to deliver a message than Spicer ever was or ever would have been.
Yeah, Kat, I was going to ask you about the fact that, you know, a lot of people said the communications has really failed President Trump. It's been,
he said it.
He said it, the competing narratives. Do you think Scaramucci represents an opportunity to get on one accord?
I think that it's a very tough job because I think President Trump does sometimes change his mind. But one important difference that I noticed is that Scaramucci appeared to be having a nice time today. Even when he was being faced with some of the things he said in the past, he looked like he was having fun. Sean Spicer would sometimes just be like, which I don't blame him. I don't know why anybody ever wants to be anybody's press secretary. Your job is literally to explain the behavior of other people. I would never want to do that for a living. It's very, very stressful, but he seemed to enjoy doing it, and I think that was a good look.
But can I add one more thing? I mean, just to reinforce what Eric said. It's not just the similar backgrounds or temperaments. Tony talks like the president, and he connects. Okay, he may be a very successful individual from the finance sector, but he can communicate with the Americans that put Donald J. Trump into the White House. So this is all around a winner.
There's also one little other quirk, too, that maybe you didn't pick up. If you're listening very carefully, Scaramucci said, I will be reporting directly to the president.
Yes.
Now, Sebastian, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Spicer was never reporting directly to Donald Trump. He was going through likely Reince Priebus, am I right?
He has what Tony said today, and that doesn't surprise me or shouldn't surprise anybody else who knows Tony and the relationships in the White House, that he has direct office access. So he can walk into the Oval whenever he wants.